Welcome back or welcome to, if you're a first time listener, new year, new you type thing. Just the Tip Tuesday with my handsome, dashingly handsome co-host, Ryan Smith.
Wow.
Yeah, you're
Wow. After
welcome.
all the jokes from last
Oh
podcast.
man, him saying that I'm a guy with tism cooking. So I'm Mike Edgehouse. Welcome to Just the Tip
Just a
Tuesday.
sprinkle. Just a
La-
sprinkle.
just my only one Tylenol while I was in womb. Um, so
Oh, jeez.
just a recap. Last week we talked about New Year's intentions. This year we are talking about, I don't like calling them goals. We all have goals. Kill big stuff, things like that, fill the freezer, etc. But our hunting intentions for 2026, and then after that, Ryan and I will decide where we're going to go with the podcast. I know this year we're going to have some guests on the podcast this year. So our 30-minute Just the Tip Tuesdays will be the occasional longer episode where we get someone in the hunting community, hunting industry, etc. on, and we chew the fat for 1, 2, whatever, enough for your long drive to work, whatever, however long it goes. We're not going to cut them off. But with that, dude, welcome back. Nice seeing you again.
Thanks. We're excited. How have you been doing on your intentions already? 1 week removed from our
You
last.
asking me or are you asking the
I'm asking
listener?
you. I'm asking. Well,
I'm
listeners, how
doing,
are you doing? Mike, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm focusing. The fat is being trimmed. Uh, Still cold tubbing every morning to remove the literal fat and going for my rucks and stuff like that. But a couple things have come up since in my life since the intention list, and I'm doing pretty good at trimming the fat, at disconnecting that give a damn wire that leads to my brain and just letting it roll off and be like, yeah, it is what it is. I'm waiting for a couple meetings that I know I'm going to have at my primary job to come up, and some reviews and things like that. And my full on intention is to sit there, listen, and kind of like the Big Lebowski, the dude, be like, well, that's just like your opinion, man. And let it go. So we'll see how it all works out. But you know, been
Well,
doing
good.
the sausage making hustle right now. I have a lot of orders. I'm gonna go pick up another order to make some meats. So if you're in North Idaho, give me a shout. Primal Edge Pursuits. We are full on sausage making capacity right now, and I'll be running the sausage business probably until May or June, or maybe clear up until butchering season. Like, it's the shop set up. We're ready to rock and roll.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
good.
How about you? How you been doing with yours?
Good. I've I'm doing good. Losing the fat, cutting weight,
Good.
doing good with my social media. Have to get on for an hour today. Uh,
Yep.
make a post, do some things. But
Mm-hmm.
as of doing the wasting time on social media, I've done pretty good.
Hey,
I
let me
I haven't put Facebook Marketplace in that category yet.
I was actually thinking, like,
I love
one thing
Facebook Marketplace.
I do too, and my nephew, we were BSing on text, and he's like, Uncle Mike, one of my intentions this year is I want to spend more time on Facebook Marketplace and just produce ridiculously lowball offers to see what I could get. And I was like, let me know how that goes. Well, he's in Colorado, and there was a guy selling like a 250, I think a Yamaha 250, something like that, dirt bike. And he was asking like 4,300 bucks for it. And he sent me a screenshot. He's like, I'll give you $1,500. And the guy accepted it. And he's like, damn it, I wasn't expecting him to accept it. Now I have to come up with 1,500 bucks. But like, it's actually, that might turn into a fun pastime for me. Like, sometimes in the evening, go on Facebook Marketplace. Hey, there's a $4,000 Hobart grinder. Email the guy or message guy and be like, I'll give you 150 bucks for it. So just say something fun. So something fun.
I do
Yeah.
like a good marketplace, man. I can get sucked in that as well.
Oh my gosh, I tell you what, I'm one of those guys that when I sell used stuff though, so If you ever see my stuff on Marketplace, know that it is priced to go. Like, I look at it like I'm selling it not to make money. I'm selling it because I need it out of my frickin' garage. So, like, I had one of those inflatable truck campers by Flated.
Uh-huh.
I paid retail for it. They were 1,500 a couple years ago. I sold the damn thing for like 600 bucks. Like, that went in about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I had like a Thule hitch mount bike carrier that carried 3 bikes, etc. Like $400 new, let it go for 75 bucks. You know, people are like, why are you selling stuff so cheap? What's wrong with it? I'm like, because I don't want it anymore. Like, I
Well,
don't want to give it away, but like, take it and give me 50 bucks so I can take my family out to dinner or something.
well, I'm kind of the same way, like, especially with vehicles. I can't believe, I mean, I had an old Ford that had high miles. I mean, definitely not a collector's item by any means. I mean, and I'm just like, I don't feel right. I mean, people are selling it for 4 or 5 grand, and I'm like, I don't
Yeah,
feel comfortable selling this truck that could die in a week on
a
this
hundred
guy.
percent. Well,
And
that's because you have ethics and
and so
morality.
I sold it to I just set it on the side of the street for 1,200 bucks, and a high school kid came over, and I think I sold it to him for 800 bucks, and it drove for a year and a half, and it was great. Like,
It's fantastic,
but
and
I was like,
that's
I
yeah.
was I I literally see the same truck or this or that, and I'm like, 5 grand. I know that's what it's worth, but man, this truck could go literally
A week and
in a
blow up.
week. Like, it's driving
100%.
good. And that's the thing, is I'm not driving I'm not selling something that I'm like, yeah, it barely gets starts, barely this. I mean,
Yep.
it worked good. I drove it to work every day, didn't have any problem, but it had high miles. It was old, and you never know. I
A
mean,
hundred, 100%.
and he got a
Like
year
it.
and a half out of it for 800 bucks, and I felt great about it. But
Hey,
I see these things.
you know what I wish GMC, Chevy. I've never had a Toyota. I was going to get a Toyota until I read about their most recent ones. For all them would do, I want them to bring back a truck that has not the 6 miles of wires and computers in it anymore. I want a truck. Remember how we used to have trucks and cars where if you didn't like the JVR radio that was in it, you could take it out and put a Pioneer or an Alpine or whatever
Oh yeah.
radio in it, and you would connect your phone with a little cord to a little plug in it, and you would use your phone and play your music that like, damn it, truck companies, not sponsored by any truck company. I would. Uh,
I would too.
make
Come
a
on, Toyota.
frickin' make a truck that put whatever engine you want in it. There's betters, there's worse, there's like they're like buttholes. Everybody has an opinion on engines, right? Put an engine in it, get rid of all of the electronics. I want a
Hey,
key that goes into a key slot and you turn the key so the truck to come on. I don't want a freaking push button. I don't want a fob. I don't want a touch screen slide, do all this other stuff. I use this thing for my directions. I don't need the fancy like 13 and 0.4-inch LCD monitor. I need a Pioneer stereo that I can plug my phone into and just play music and play podcasts. I don't need all the shit. Like, give
hey,
me something that will last.
some of us don't drive 2025 trucks, Mike, okay?
Hey, you know
Just
why I
go
got
just
rid?
go buy a 2003.
Yeah, 100%. And that's what some of you are going to say, and that's what you just said. Listen, I wouldn't have gotten rid of that diesel truck. I got rid of a 3-liter Duramax diesel. It had 80,000 miles on it, got good mileage. And diesel's ridiculously expensive. And all the new emissions things, like, come on, Trump, let's get rid of these diesel emissions so that the trucks run forever. But I got rid of it because it started to throw a freaking code on the screen for the
Mhm.
computer. And when I read it, and I told you about this, Ryan, it was like,
Yeah.
okay, and it came on, it came off, came on, it came off, called the dealer, like, oh, in a few weeks it could lead to the truck not starting or spontaneous stops or whatever. And I was like, well, what is it? All right, bring it in. They're like, listen, we can replace this module, whatever. It's going to be 12 to 1500 bucks. That might fix it. But if it doesn't fix it, it's about a 4-hour diagnostic. It's several hundred bucks an hour for the labor. And then we'll have to see what the problem is. And I was like, this truck is like 38 months old. And you're telling me that $1,200 might not fix it. And it'll be another 800 bucks to get it diagnosed. And then it might be 400 or 4,000 to replace some computer module. That's when I was like, you know what? give me a freaking Pioneer stereo that I can pop the face off of when I exit the truck so no one steals it, and just give me a freaking truck, man.
Right.
My problem with buying used trucks, like when I was a kid, when I was in my 20s and 30s, dude, I would drive vehicles like I stole them. Like they were to be used. So would
Well,
I buy a pickup truck off of a 50 or 60-year-old man? Yeah, I'm stereotyping us. I probably would because we take care of our crap. Would I buy a truck off of a 26-year-old
oh,
that lives in North
100%.
Idaho that's lifted? Absolutely not. I know how he drove that truck.
Well,
I mean,
and the thing is you used to be able to buy a decent truck with not super high miles for a pretty good price. But
yes. Well, that
it's
all
just
went
like I
away
was
in
talking about
19.
that old Ford that I had that was on its last, leg,
Yeah.
and everybody wants 5 or 6 grand for those.
Everybody thinks their crap is worth more than it actually is. Like if you're going to sell something like and you want to get rid of it, then put it at a price to get rid of it. If you want to sell something and make profit, like best of luck to you, I'm out.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, that's just how you
So
have to be.
all right, transitioning from truck talks, what's your let's do two each. What's your hunting intentions or I don't want to say goals or resolutions. What's your hunting intentions this year? Give me two. I'll
Okay.
take two, Utah. Two.
I mean, so we're not going. I mean, we all want to kill stuff,
Uh-huh.
big elk, big deer. So, I mean, it has nothing to do with that. It's more as of, how much scouting time do I want to put down? What hunts do I want to put in for? Or uh, what are my plans for some of the hunts that I know I'm already going to do? Like general season deer hunt. Most
Uh-huh.
likely I'm not going to draw. And so, one of my 2026 intentions is to do a deer hunt with horses. I've
Oh.
been in school, you just hunt when you can, but my father-in-law's got horses. We've got llamas at our disposal if we want to use llamas. And, you know, I carry all my stuff in, we hunt hard, uh, and it's great. And we're still going to be carrying our stuff in, and we're not going to be riding horses all day. Some of those horse people just never get off their horse. We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
go hike places where horses can't get, but, uh, bringing in a camp with a horse, packing them up, getting up there, spending 4 days, 5 days, and hunting hard, and so it's something I've done a little bit of I've hunted off of a horse before, but I've never packed in 5 days, take your horse, and so that's actually one of my biggest things I want to do this year,
Nice.
because sometimes the horses can be a little bit of a headache, definitely if you're not going for long
Yeah.
enough, but I wanna make it worthwhile, load them up, take some good food, nice tent, nice pad, and go freaking kill it for 4 days, and not have to hike from the
Solid.
truck every day or wake up at 3 in the morning to get to the hunting spot, and so that's kinda my goal. I mean, a lot of people do it. It's not something I've done really, and so, uh, with school ending this year, I wanna take a shot at that for 2026. Really just but for a deer hunt. Wouldn't
That's
that be
pretty cool,
fun?
man. That would be fun. Although I deer hunt in farm fields, but yeah, that would be it would be a lot of fun, dude. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie to you.
we're
It sounds
we're going
we're
after the big
different.
muleys, but
What do you? I mean, you get turn it all on the sausage.
it don't matter. It don't
I
matter.
it's my least favorite animal meat, and I guarantee someone's gonna be like, "Oh, if you get them in a garbanzo bean field, they're good." Yeah, if you, I could eat a crow out of a garbanzo bean field, and it would taste okay. Like,
Well
come on,
well,
guys. Like,
these are they'll be sagebrush, mountain bucks, whatever you
oh,
wanna call
yeah.
them,
So
but
they'll already be sausage. They'll be walking sausage. They'll have that
yeah.
sage flavor in them. It's so good for you.
That sage
No, that
flavor,
actually sounds fun.
but it's something I've never done. I've talked about it forever, and my father-in-law, we've been talking a lot, and I think it's something we're going to do. I
Good
think it's
stuff,
just
dude.
something we wanna do. It's a goal, we've got all the stuff to do it. We've got the
Yeah.
pack stuff, the horses. We have a neighbor with llamas that said we could try them out, and so, I mean, I'm like, I'm not saying we're gonna take the llamas, but I'm like, we're gonna do something. We're gonna pack something and
I
give it
like
a
that.
whirl. So,
That's pretty good. That's a good one. That's a good
yeah.
one. Um, my first one. I want to set up my own bear bait in a area that I know that will be good for my second bear tag because we always have our hunt for
Mm-hmm.
bear that will go again this year. Um, my first one is I want to set up my own bear bait where my second tag will be used and hunt that where I'm gonna go, where I'm gonna set it up. It's not really close to my house, but it's far enough that it would be a nice day trip for Griff and I to go fill the bear bait. And I know there's an extremely high density of bear, and I think it's a matter of if we start filling a bear bait on a Friday, by the following Friday, it should have quite a few animals hanging around it, and it's a nice area. There's good camping nearby. There's no frickin' mountain to climb up like where we hunt. It's kind of park and walk in fairly flat for 800 yards and do it that way. So that's mine. I want to um, set up, manage, fill, and kill a bear over my own bear bait in my second bear tag unit
Yeah, you've
this
helped
year.
us,
hmm
and I think you've helped with. Is this the first bait you'll do
This is the first bait I'm going to do solo,
solo?
and I mean, you and I will talk extensively about that and stuff, but I'm gonna do it with as much knowledge as I can gather from those that have done it before. But I'm also being a first year doing it, I'm not going to kill myself doing it, which is why I want to do it in this area. And like I said, I know from friends' cams that there are a lot of bears in this unit, and most people don't hunt this area because they want the mountain experience for a bear, or they feel there's better areas. And so Griff and I will, throw whatever in the truck, drive down, set it up, fill it, you know,
Nice,
set up a couple trail cams, which will be my first ever trail cam usage. See what it looks like. We'll camp for a night or two, see if anything comes in. And if it does, great, we'll refill it. And then we'll come back down 3 days later and,
nice.
sit 150 yards away with our guns, waiting for them to stick their big paw in there and I'll let Griffin shoot. I mean, his shot on that bear this past year, like
It was
I
excellent.
I still picture it like that bear kind of flinched, like "ow," and then it rolled down the hill. Like
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
fantastic.
I
So
I didn't even get to watch it, and I was there.
what?
I
That's
didn't get to watch it.
I mean, it happened like so fast. Like everything
I
happens fast.
I
Like
know
right?
we needed the bear
Yeah,
for cut right. We wanted to
yeah,
do a caping, and that's some new uh stuff for cut right coming this bear season
yes,
is the caping of a bear, which was I mean we shoot bears for other reasons, but
yes,
that's we were taking Griff, we needed to get a bear, and so
yep,
I was going to kind of follow up shot just because we needed a bear on the ground.
yep, yep.
And we get Griff there on our shooting sticks that we made, and I'm kind of off to the side, not enough room on the shooting stick, so I'm just trying to get kind of set in a spot that I can see, not through the trees,
That
and
bear
he nailed
flinched,
it. He nailed
dude.
it.
It was perfect. I mean, he did
No
the same.
follow-up shot needed.
He did the same thing elk hunting, man. He did the same thing elk hunting. His shot on his elk this year was a frontal, and he asked me before he took it. He's like, well, first, he couldn't quite see the elk through the scope because it was off to the side, and then when it stepped into the zone, he was like, "It's a frontal. Can I take it?" And I was like, "Are you gonna hit it?" And he's like, "Well, yeah." And I was like, "Then take it. Like, shoot it." And yeah, he popped it frontal. That big elk stood in the middle of the area and just stood there. It looked off the side of the cliff as if it was going to go. And I think it was just its chest cavity was filling up with blood. And it kind of turned sideways. And I said, rack another and shoot it again. He's like, I'm pretty sure that one killed it. And I was like, it's still standing. And he put another one in and put it right behind its shoulder. And that one caused it to fall over right away. And but yeah, so that's my intention. Set up my
Awesome.
own bear bait, do it in my second tag unit because we will be heading over to what place can I say we go to? Island Park and bear hunt. Are we allowed to bear hunt in
Oh
Island
yeah.
Park?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
You
we're
might
going
get
to Island. We're going to
you might still
Island
get
Park.
grizzlies there, but
We're going to Island Park for our bear hunt. We aren't, but that's what I'm going to go ahead and say.
yep,
So,
yep.
all right, what's number two, bro?
Okay, number two. So I've been in school, said that multiple times. So I haven't been putting in for a lot of hunts because I didn't want to
Mhm.
take a tag from somebody that could actually get after it and go
Yeah.
hunt it. And I really want to put in for ram and goat and some of these, but I'm starting a new job this year after I graduate, different things. And so I didn't feel like I could put in for that, or that would be my goal as a that would be my goal, is to put in for ram hunt,
Huh?
draw, and go shoot a big ram. But uh, with this year, it's something I haven't done for a really long time. But I am putting in for elk, deer, uh, and antelope. And I've drawn antelope archery tags. I've never put in for a rifle, but I'm doing all three rifle.
Mm-hmm.
And so the last little while, I've only been archery hunting. And so I guess my goal this year, even if I don't draw, I'll archery hunt elk. But my goal this year is to get back behind a gun a little bit. And
I
uh,
like
I
guns.
I went with my father-in-law general deer season this year. He shot a nice buck, and I
Mm-hmm.
was like, man, it's been a long time, and this was super fun. And that was kind of the start of let's pack in some horses, gun, and do the general season deer hunt. But I am gonna put in for all three. There's no guarantees, but it's just my intention is to put in for as many hunts as I can, uh, so that I can draw, I guess. And
Nice.
that's something I haven't done for a long time. And so I've like, even the rifle elk hunt is unheard of because I look so forward to September archery hunting
Well,
that I haven't put in for that for a really
let's be
long
honest
time.
and let's let the cat out of the bag. The rut is no longer the entire month or the last week of September. It's the last couple days of September and it goes to the middle of October. Tell me I'm wrong. Go ahead. Tell me I'm
The
wrong.
the the
It's
last the
it's later.
last
The
few
last
days
3 years,
the last
it's
days
gone
have been
later.
the most has been when I found the most parties, multiple bulls
Absolutely.
bugling, cows. It is. I mean, you still get calling going on throughout the week, but it
100% you get
but
calling. I
it's
can get calling
but
in August.
but it's not like that party where you've got the herd bull with just bulls satellites all around them, and
It's been 11
it's
years
always
since
been the
I've
last week.
seen It's been 11 years since I've seen September be September. And what I hear from my rifle hunting buddies is that those first couple weeks of October, their tag opens October 10th. They're like, we were in full on rut fest, like on October 13th and 14th. Like,
Well,
uh,
we talked to Taylor on his hunt, and
uh-huh.
he
Yeah,
just
bugling bulls in November.
and well, he was in October, but he was hunting November with his boys, I
Yeah,
think. But
yeah.
he had bugle and bulls in November, but in October, there was still herd bulls pushing cows like crazy.
Yep.
And so it's
October's
true.
the new September.
And if you can draw a tag in October, it would be a lot of fun
Ooh,
with a
it'd be a lot
rifle.
of fun. It'd be a lot of fun. So
So,
my second intention this entire year, regardless of species, is the three P's: practice purposeful patience.
okay.
Mm.
Yeah, we've talked
Now,
about
with
that.
that, we talked about it last year, purposeful patience. With that being said, I will never ever like play the game. Never have I ever. Well, I have. I told my son not to shoot a dandy buck on opening day this year, because it wasn't a shot that I thought would be good for the mount that this deer would certainly require. And then we didn't see a deer the rest of the year. So, one, if that purposeful patience presents a shot, or an opportunity on day one, I'm a one-day hunter. If it presents a shot on day 9, I'm a 9-day hunter, but purposeful patience. If I bugle, sit down and chill. Like, I'm gonna be hunting a new unit this year for elk, so I'm gonna take my time. I'm going to be purposeful with my patients. I'm going to set up cow calls and bugles. I'm going to spend time behind the
Awesome.
glass. I'm just going to chill the F out. The past however many years, decade, I've been hunting the same unit. I know where the animals are. I try to sprint to get there, walk fast. Probably have passed so many elk on the way to the elk that I know that are there. And hunting a new unit, it's slow and steady, right?
Right.
Like if I'm covering more than a mile in an hour in elk country, I'm going too fast. Like I want to be slow. I need to look like every 50 steps. I'll probably have my Onyx map out to look and see where that drainage is. I'll take note of the wind and take all those mental things. Just purposeful patience, man. I'm gonna go all in on 10 days this year. Um, Set up an auto reply on the butchering business, on everything, and just go all in for 10 days and be purposeful in that.
Awesome.
And then hopefully deer season, the day it opens, October 10th, I get Griff his deer, and then afterwards whatever. I mean, I'll shoot a doe. I don't care. So, but
If you
yeah,
see them.
if I dude, the blue tongue up here this year decimated deer populations.
Dang it.
Like it was horrible. But yeah, that's my second. The
Awesome.
three P's: practice
I
purposeful patience.
I like that. I like that. Definitely, I should have some goals on getting behind my bow and doing some of these things more myself too.
I mean, we should all have these goals and intentions of like, oh, I'm going to shoot 3 days a week. I'm going to do this. I don't like to set myself up for failure. And
Right.
so I know if I said like, hey, I'm going to shoot my bow 3 days a week, even if I'm just setting myself up for failure, and I'm setting
Oh
myself up for
man.
stress because I know
Yeah.
it won't happen. So,
No.
that's it.
No. I told when I say more, it's like maybe start shooting my bow before August 25th.
Hey, well, you had me beat. I think I start shooting 2 days before archery season.
Oh
So,
jeez.
and I'm sure people listening to this are either they're laughing and agreeing or they're shaking their head and being like freaking, third string hack right there. Like I'm not arguing. Third string hack 100%.
Not arguing.
So,
Oh
I mean,
jeez.
but we always manage to put meat in the freezer. And I actually freaked the F out last night. So here's one for you. End of the show recipe. I'm boring Ryan. He's over here
Oh, no,
yawning on me.
I finished my workout before we got on
No,
here, if you
you
can
didn't.
tell.
No, you did. Oh God. It's like a wind flap underneath your arm on your
You
tricep
see,
right there. You should do some more push-ups.
I need a tighter shirt. That's what I need.
Yeah, Baby Gap is having a sale, I hear. Um, so
Uh,
listen, I went to the upright freezer yesterday. Fatherhood, sausage making, husbandhood, all that stuff was getting in the way. I was like, holy cow, it's 3 o'clock. I don't have a meal plan. I pulled out some elk neck that I cut out whole from 2023. No
okay.
one would think meat from 2023 is good. Y'all, if you're not saran wrapping and then butcher papering your meat, it probably wasn't good. But if you do that, it's going to be good. I couldn't tell it wasn't from this year's elk. So I pulled out a couple big neck roasts from 23, the last of them, and I um literally put it in an Instapot. I
Okay.
dumped a can of the cheapest Winco green salsa you could on top of it. I closed the lid, turned the vent off, pressure cooked it from frozen. And I
Wow.
chunked it up first, but from frozen for an hour and 45 minutes. Buddy, there wasn't a damn thing wrong with that. We made taco
Really?
salads, nachos, and some
Was it
burritos from it.
was it rough?
It was amazing. Like all the tendons, because I take the fat off, but all the tendons, they just gelatinize. It formed like this thick, it would probably be better with a good salsa, but it was cheap salsa. Like it was fantastic. So when you're in a bind, Instapot, pressure cook for a couple hours, it can go from frozen. I heard about people doing it with like frozen chicken breasts and stuff. I'm like, well,
Mhm.
this is what we have. And we'll see how it comes out, because I'll eat anything. I don't care. It could be shoe leather and I would eat it. But my wife took the first bite and she was like, oh, that's really good. What
Yeah.
is that? And I was
I
like, well, it's elk neck. And she's like, can you not tell me that it's the neck next time? Just tell me it's elk. And I was like, yeah, that's fine too.
it's elk
So,
it's it's elk neck. It's elk
yeah,
tongue.
Yeah, so I mean, it was good. So there's your
Awesome.
white trash meal of the week.
I
That might be a nice new little feature to put on an end of podcast. I'm in a bind and need to make something fast
I've
meal.
done that with checker, frozen
Yeah,
checker, and end of the year, you're like, "I've got this bag of checker breasts, and I don't know what to do with it," and I've dumped it in a crock pot, threw some salsa in, and it turned out great.
absolutely. I mean,
Only a handful of BBs in it, like, super good.
I know. So no bullets or broadheads in the neck. So
In the neck.
it was
He's
great,
too
man.
busy
And
hitting the butt.
it right in the butt. And then I have about 2.5 pounds of meat to eat for the next couple days, and we're good to go. So
Well, good.
that's your
Awesome.
white trash meal of the week. So
White trash.
white trash
That's
meal of the
great.
week. So
Okay.
all right, appreciate you, my friend and listener. We'll see you next week.
When I go hunting, the most important thing to me, it's not the horns, it's not the size of the animal, it's not the ivories, it's not anything except the meat. That's the most limited resource in my freezer. It's the most limited resource in my home is the wild game that we have frozen. And I got to tell you, that's why we made the switch a couple years ago to initial ascent packs. They simply carry heavy loads more comfortably. Being a professional butcher, when my clients ask me, hey, what should I use? My pack's hurting, my back, etc. It's super important to be able to get heavy loads out of the mountains quickly, efficiently, and comfortably. And then have the wherewithal, because you're not overly sore because the pack's so comfortable, to be able to deal with your meat back at camp, to be able to deal with it at home, to be able to do what you need to do. Maybe your buddy has a tag that you need to go out and help him hunt now. And that's the reason we paired up with Initial Ascent. We started rocking Initial Ascent packs. They have saved my butt more times than I can count. And like I said, being a butcher, the most important thing on any of our hunts, but especially on my hunts, is the meat. And I'm not going to sacrifice my body to pack it out when I have, quite honestly, the most comfortable backpack and frame system that, in my opinion, has ever been produced for hunting. Initial Ascent, carry heavy loads more comfortably.